Let's play a game of Spot the Difference. I love little games. Love them. Actually, just love tiny little games, little fun things to play with. And this is a little fun thing for you at home to play with. We're here with the Human Race, a line that I'm just absolutely in love with. I have been in love with them from right back in the original OG colorways. Some of them are here, right here. And then one of my favorite new shoes of all time is the Friends and Family Insanely Rare in a sort of purple or maroon or eggplant colorway. Beautiful, beautiful shoe. And then here we are in 2020, November 2020, and there's been like 2 years of Pharrell Williams and the Human Race line being lost in the wilderness. And then at the start of this month, they finally came back to where they need to be. They came back to that OG simplistic silhouette, simplistic colorways, and it's paying dividends because the Human Race line is right back on top, and I absolutely love it. But there's one detail in there that I've got a feeling Pharrell Williams and Adidas don't actually know about. I think they think they've got one thing, but they've got something else. And we're going to play Spot the Difference to find that, and then have a look at the details on the upcoming releases of the 4 colorways that are coming down the line. So let's take a look today at the Adidas NMD Hu Human Race 4 colorways that are coming down the line in the mid-November sort of time range. This is the Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel days. Mainichi Upsuru no Den, Mainichi Mite Kudasai, and every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. First things first, let's get into it and look at the Spot the Difference, and then we'll talk about the shoes a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up a couple of characters right here. So there's one. I'm not going to say what it is because it's obviously an Asian character. There's 2 characters on there. There's one on the left and one on the right. I'm pretty sure they say Jinryu. Is it Jinryu or Jinryu? Oh no, it might be Jinryu in Japanese and in Chinese. But the question is whether or not it says it in Japanese or Chinese. So if we bring up the shoes, and I'll probably be bringing up the black pair because it's easier to see the writing on the front part of the black pair. This is the sort of signature move from Pharrell Williams and the NMD line, is to put these sort of affirmations on the front of the shoes. And what Jinryu means is humanity, and that's all to do with the human race right there. And I'm pretty sure it's the same pronunciation in Japanese and Chinese. But the thing is on the front of the shoe, I think everywhere I've read, they say that that's Chinese. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the Chinese character and the Japanese character. I'm going to flip back and forward between the 2, and you tell me if you can spot the difference. I'll tell you what the difference is in a couple of seconds' time. But hopefully behind me here, we're switching between the 2 alphabets, the Chinese characters and the Japanese characters, back and forth. And you at home are trying to find out what is the difference between those 2 characters. So hopefully you've had a good look at that. And then we bring the shoe back up, and you see that sort of affirmation on the front of the shoe there. And what I'm telling you, and if I've got this wrong, I apologize, but I'm telling you, it's not even an I think, it's an I'm telling you that that's Japanese on the front of the shoe. And I think that Pharrell Williams and the Adidas line think that that's actually Chinese. That's where I'm going with this, is that most, if not all, of the research that I've done on Human Race NMDs says that there's Chinese writing on the front of the shoes. But if we come back to that flip between the 2 alphabets, between the Japanese and the Chinese, there's one tiny little line difference. And I'll try and zoom in on it so that you can really see that one tiny little line difference between them. So the left character means people. Forget about that, it looks the same in both. And then the right character has sort of 3 different parts to it. Top left, bottom left, and top, and then the whole right side. And it's the bottom left part there that in Japanese it says big, but in Chinese it says dog. So it's a really like tiny difference, but there's one little dash mark that's the difference between the 2. And hopefully what I've been able to do is to show you the difference between those 2 letters there. You can see that the Chinese has that little dash and the Japanese does not. And then if we come back to the shoe and zoom in on that, you see that it does not have that little dash mark in the bottom left corner of the second character. So it's Japanese on there. So the big question is, do the people over at Adidas know that? Are they thinking, have they just sort of pulled up humanity in Chinese characters or something like that and going, oh, that looks nice, copy paste, fire it onto our shoes, thinking that that is actually Chinese, but it's not? Or am I completely wrong? Who knows? You know what? Let's call out AMZ Life. I think that's what the channel's called now. It used to just be called AMZ, but then it got shut down. They're in Hong Kong, so any YouTube channels that get shut down out of Hong Kong is extremely suspicious right now. And those guys are in Hong Kong, and they would maybe be able to tell us about the difference between Japanese and Chinese when it comes to that. Now, I'm putting my hat in the ring with that little dash there, but maybe the Chinese or the Japanese audience out there could tell us if I've got it right or wrong. But either way, on the front of these shoes, I'm going with Japanese, and that makes it even nicer for me because I'm here in Japan and I want, you know, Japanese products. And when they put Japanese print on a beautiful shoe like this, it makes me extremely, extremely happy. Okay, so that's the little spot the difference between the Japanese and the Chinese characters. Hopefully I explained it nicely and you guys kind of get my point. But now we need to get into the shoes themselves and look at these 4 colorways. But before we look at those 4 colorways, let's look at these 4 colorways. This is just a quick look at the 4 colorways that dropped at the start of November, which prompted me to make a video that said Pharrell Williams is back. The human race line is back after years in the wilderness with strange colorways, with odd sort of like off-road outsoles kind of on the shoes and stuff like that. They've come right back to the beginning, to the OG silhouette. There's only one difference between these OG silhouettes and the previous, like the original shoes that dropped, you know, 3-4 years ago. And we'll bring up today's shoes, and I'll just show you them one after the other. There's a black, there's a chocolate, I call it jade, although most people are calling it green. And then there's also a white version. So you've got those 4 shoes behind me here. And the big thing, the big update from the OG line is that colored boost on the side. And I love me a triple black sneaker. And what I want to sort of draw people's attention to, triple black sneakers with the Adidas means black upper, black midsole, and black outsole. And what you can see on these guys here is that the midsole inside the outsole is actually white, but when you look at it from the side, it's been painted black, and that's a really important detail. Those are NMD R1s. These are Ultra Boosts, again triple black, and you can see the black upper, the black midsole, and the black outsole. And again, that black midsole, when you look at it from below, is actually white because they haven't treated that. And the biggest thing about these 4 shoes coming is that they have that colored midsole on all 4 of them, and then even bigger than that is that on the black ones, this distinctive white boost that you see through the outsole looks like this. Only on the black ones have they taken the time to actually color that, so it's a full-on triple black sneaker, and it's a really nice feature. One of my favorite parts of this shoe. It's like taking the OG colorway, which was fire, and then going even further with it. So it's a massive yes for me. So so we have the black ones there. Just a quick look at the shoes, so you get an idea of what's going on. And the black ones, like I say, have the Japanese Jin Rui. I hope I pronounced that right. It might be Ryu. No, it's Rui. It's Jin Rui, and it means humanity on there. And it's all triple black except the lace is white on there. And there's an interesting sort of play on that with the white version of the shoe, because there's a slight difference. It's not just a complete flip out. So the triple black guys, all black, black boost, black outsole, and even, like I said, through the outsole into the midsole there, they've gone and painted that black, which is unusual. And then the laces themselves are just done in white. And if we bring up the white variant, you can see it here. But the one detail that I want to draw your attention to is the fact that the top line is in black. If we go back to the black ones, the top line is not in white. But if we come back to the white ones, the top line is in black. So it's a slight difference between the 2 shoes, but everything else is the same, including that Jin Rui on the front there in the Japanese characters. A bit harder to see white on white than black on black with the previous pair. And then the other 2 colorways that are coming down the line. Now the black ones I've heard are due on November the 19th, and the white, jade and chocolate ones are due on November the 21st. So we've already looked at the black on the 19th and the whites on the 21st, and then the other 2 21st are the chocolates right here. Now I'm putting my money on that being Korean writing on the front there, and I'm assuming it says humanity again. I don't know, but I'm assuming it says humanity or something to that effect that goes with the rest of this sort of pack. Beautiful brown shoe with 2 tones on this, whereas the triple blacks and the triple whites were very triple black and triple white. This chocolate one's got a sort of 2-tone, a deeper brown and a lighter sort of almost tan brown going on in it, but a very nice shoe and very cool with the Korean writing on there. And then the jade one we come to, and I have no idea what this is. I'm almost certain about the Korean writing, but this could be anything. I think the writing on there is something from Southeast Asia, somewhere like Malaysia or Thailand or somewhere like that, Indonesia. I don't know at all. And somebody out there who looks at this and says, oh, I know what that is. It's actually like upper Indian, Himalayan, Hindu, or something like that. I have no idea. So if you know what the writing on the front of these jades, guys, is, definitely let us all know in the comments down below. And it's just, it's that classic silhouette. It's still got that coloured in boost midsole on these guys to go with the rest of the line. So I think I'll finish this up by bringing up the thumbnail. I was very happy with my work on this thumbnail, taking 4 shoes and splicing them together into one big thumbnail. So it's a big yes from me all around. Everything about this is great. I love the story of the Japanese characters versus the Chinese characters and spot the difference. Love the story of going back to the OG silhouette and colorways for the NMD human race line. And I just love triple black shoes in general. And I love my own thumbnails. So I'm happy with this video and happy that things are going well. I'm just loving that, Adidas and Pharrell Williams are back and they've got their game right where they need it to be. Okay, now if you, if you think that stuff about the Chinese characters is worth something, share this video. Share it with people, like put it up on some like Adidas chats or something like that, or put it on Adidas groups on Facebook and stuff, and let's find out if I'm right about that Chinese writing versus Japanese writing, and let's also find out if I'm right that most people think it is Chinese and they're actually wrong and it is actually Japanese. That'd be cool to find out. So go ahead and share this video far and wide. Okay, time for me to sign off, and thank you guys for checking out the content. I'm going to try and shoot 2 more videos today. I've actually been doing quite a few Adidas ones recently. I think Adidas are ramping it up for the holiday season and dropping quite a lot of shoes, especially this human race coming back, but also the 50th anniversary of the Superstars. So time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out the content. Hopefully you appreciate the way I've done this video today and all the information in it. If you do, hit me up with a comment down below. For now though, time to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out the content, but I'll tell you what I do every single day, which is that I do this every single day, so you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.